Hey everyone, welcome back for a brand new declutter video. Or if you're new, welcome. My name is Kyrielle. Clearly you like decluttering videos and makeup and things, so while I've got your attention, why not subscribe? All you need to do is hit the red button down below and the little bell button, and that'll notify you when I upload next. Today's video is the third video in this series. If you're interested in any other decluttering videos, I'll leave them in the eye over here for you guys. This video in particular is focusing on my bronzers, blushes and highlights, and also my face palette. So this is a very long one. Hop into your comfies, grab a beverage, find your chill zone, and let's just go through this all together and clear our headspaces of all the trash. And yeah, let's get to organizing. Alright, let's continue this saga, shall we? As you can see, I'm overflowing here too. This is my highlights mainly. I have my bronzers and my blushes here. I have an overflow of products over here that I need to add to this, so I really want to cull this down and be realistic about my blushes. I already have more that I need to add into this that is currently in my like new in section for videos. Stop the Jenga from happening. I'm gonna take all the loose products away. Okay, we're good. I think that's everything that's loose and like sitting on top. Let's start with bronzers. Oh, back here is actually a cream highlight from MASCARA. I have had this for a really long time. As you can see, it is well loved and I do quite like it. It's more subtle, but do I want to keep it? That's the question. You know what, it really suits my skin tone and I am into more cream products now, so maybe I will keep this and see if I get any use of it in the next few months. If I don't, then I'll get rid of it. Now, these should just be bronzers back here. So this is my Jouer Duo. I really like this, so I'm going to keep it. I like the fact that there's two sides, one slightly deeper and cooler and the other one is lighter and warmer, and I really like the formula on this because it's really blendable, so I'm going to keep this one. And we have my Fenty cream bronzer, which is very well loved. This is more of like a contour, but I love it, so I'm going to keep this. And while we're talking about Fenty, I've got in the overflow over here the original Fenty bronzer, the powder version. I don't think I could ever get rid of this. This is one of my favorite bronzers. The tone is so amazing for light skin, so this is definitely staying in my collection. We have the Huda Beauty Tantour. I do actually quite like this. It is very warm toned for a bronzer product for me, and this is in the shade Fair. It's very dark, but I do use it, and again, I'm on like a cream kick at the moment, so I've been really liking these products, so I'm definitely going to keep this. And it's almost like a cream to powder formula. It's really nice. Then we have, this by Revlon, the Skin Lights. If I could open it. I actually really like this bronzer. It's an affordable alternative. It is very warm toned, but the formula is very nice. It's soft and it has a sheen to it. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's a very natural, radiant finish almost. The shade is like a little bit intimidating, but the undertone's really nice and you can really sheer this out and go in with a very light application. So I really like this, especially for an affordable bronzer. The only trouble is the other day the pan fell out, but I'm still going to use it and utilize it, you know. Kind of gutted that happened, but I have actually made a small dent in this product because I quite like it. So I'm going to keep this. I'm not doing very well so far, am I? We have the Doll Beauty Gimme Sun bronzer. When I initially tried this, I really liked it. And I still kind of do like it. It's very fair and I feel like it works really well for my skin tone. I need to reach for this more because I do like the formula, so I think I'm gonna keep it. And also the packaging is so cute. I believe this is their old packaging now, but I still really like it. So I'm gonna keep this. Okay, you can't stop me. Okay, so I've kept 6 bronzers so far. Oh my gosh. What else do I have back here? Oh, the MUA Bronzed. This is so affordable and so good. I can't get rid of this. It's very hard pressed, but it's so blendable in the skin and it's a really nice color as well. Am I like a bronzer whore? Why can't I get rid of any of these? I'm gonna keep it because this is really affordable. Okay, that's it for that section. Let's move on. This MUA Glow bronzer thing has like different segments. It is a really nice bronzer formula. It's really soft and you have the different variations of shades. Obviously I'm not going to use something like this really, but I do use like the majority of it, and this is good for things like traveling because you can just take this with you and you don't have to pack any other bronzers. So I guess I'm keeping this one too. Okay, the BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer. I use this so much. It used to be my favourite. You can kind of see the rings in the bottom. I've used this quite a lot, but I do not reach for this anymore and it's very old. So I think I'm actually going to pass up on this one. I do still stand by the formula on this though. It's really nice and has a slight sheen to it, so it's a natural kind of finish. But I just don't reach for it anymore, so I think it's time to pass it on. Okay, what else do we have back here? Oh, this is my Topshop bronzer in Mohawk. Used to be obsessed with this bronzer. This is in the really old Topshop packaging. I'm gonna part ways with this. I was keeping it because I really like the tone, but I don't reach for it. I kept this in my last declutter and have not reached for it at all, so I think it's fair to say I don't need this in my collection. Okay, we have the CYO matte press powder. Why is this in here? This is a press powder. CYO is now discontinued. Do I want to keep this? No, I'm gonna get rid of this. This doesn't even belong in this section. We have the George, which is this is the George Matte Diva Bronzer. I don't even believe I've tried this. Oh, actually it does have brush marks in there, so I have tried it once at least. I don't recall what I actually think of this. Looks very warm toned and feels really soft. Ooh, that feels like a nice consistency. What I might do is put this in my kind of like new in pile so I can try it again, because I truly cannot remember what I think about this. So I need to try this again. Okay, and then we have Benefit Hoola. Should I get rid of this? Oh, actually, I mean, I've hit pan, so I think maybe I should just keep this to use it up. There's no point getting rid of this because it's just going to go in the bin, and I feel like I can use this up, so I'm going to keep this to complete it. This is from my new in pile, but I have actually just purchased the Cheeky Camper set by Benefit. This was on offer in Debenhams for like £13, and it's got Hoola Light. I've been wanting to try Hoola Light for ages, but just haven't bit the bullet. So I'm now questioning whether I need to keep the original Hoola because it is too dark for me. I used to use it a lot when I wore fake tan and stuff, but I don't really do that now. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna keep it because as soon as the clubs open, I'm probably gonna want to go out and I'm gonna want a tan. So I'm gonna keep Hoola just so I have the option. Okay, back here we have the MAC Aladdin collaboration. I cannot get rid of this because of the packaging. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a Disney addict and I try not to buy into too many collections, honestly, with makeup, but with this one I did cave and I bought the highlighter and the bronzer even though they were too deep for me. So this is the bronzer. As you can see, it's very red toned. They actually call this a blush, but personally I don't think it could really be, but it's like a chocolatey brown. You can sheer it out and I have used it, but honestly it's more about the sentimental value for me. Once again, I try not to buy into too many of these things, so this is a special occasion for me, so I am gonna keep this one, and someday I am gonna have a place to display it. When I move out, I'm gonna like put all my special makeup on display, but anyway, I'm keeping this. Okay, so I think that's all the bronzers in here. Let me just check over here in the overflow. Okay, so I have two newer bronzers that are in my collection. The Revolution Bronzer Reloaded in Holiday Romance. This is a stunning bronzer. It is one of the baked formulas and it has a stunning sheen to it. It almost looks like a highlighter, but it doesn't go on the skin and look shiny. It just gives you an overall radiance, and I really love this. I did not expect to love it as much as I do. And then this one I literally got the other day and I've tried in a recent video, literally my last video that went up on Thursday. I'll link it in the eye over here if you're interested. This is by Beauty Bay and it's their bronzer in the shade Fawn. And I really like this. It looks scary in the pan, but honestly it blends out so nicely, and the tone of this is beautiful. It just pulls really golden and not like red and orange, so I do highly recommend this one, and it's staying in my collection. I am saving a lot of bronzers. And then I have these products which are like cream or liquid bronzers. So I have the L'Oreal Havana Sunlit Bronzer, which is their liquid one. I really like this. This has like a golden shimmer throughout it, and it looks a little intense, but it blends out so beautifully on the skin, and again leaves like a radiance. It doesn't show up as shimmery as it really is on my hand once you have it on your face. It is a beautiful bronzer, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This one is amazing for summer. It just, I don't know, it just hits different. And then I've got a Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This, again, I mean, it's just a concealer that you can use for bronzing. This has a really nice tone though. Because it is a concealer product, it has more of that yellow tone to it. It's in the shade Warm Beige, so I'd like to use that for cream bronzer. And then these two are more cream contours instead of bronzers. The LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. Yeah, in the shade Toast, and then the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in the shade Amber, which I use so freaking much. I'm so surprised I still have a load of this left, considering how much I actually use it. Well, I say a load, I have a little nubbin left, but you know. I do use this quite a bit. I'm definitely keeping these for more contour products. Okay, so I believe that's all my bronzers done. As far as I can see, we'll see as we go through. Let's do blushes next over here. Have this little trio. This is from Rimmel. Does anybody use Rimmel anymore? I don't really hear people talking about them. I used to really like this. I like the blush and bronzer. I never use the highlight. Even though it's a decent product, I think I'm gonna part ways because I just don't use it anymore. Then we have my MAC blushes, okay, which I'm kind of I'm very much attached to my MAC blushes. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of any of them. So we have, I think this is Spring Sheen. So this is kind of like peaches but with a gold sheen to it. I really love this one, it's staying. And then this is Actual Peaches, which is obviously a matte peach blush. This is Full of Joy. I don't really have any other blushes like this, but I feel like it's kind of gone a bit discolored in the pan. And I mean, I kind of have to be realistic with myself. When am I gonna wear this again? Back in the day, I would have worn this color blush with no issue. But now, I don't think I would ever wear anything like this. And if I wanted to wear something like this, I would go for an eyeshadow or something like that. I think I need to get rid of this. And this is years old as well. Yeah, I'm happy to part ways with this one. I never thought I'd get rid of any of my MAC products, so this is some serious progression, okay? I'm proud of myself. I have two more here. Ooh. Okay, I have Breath of Plum, which is the one that's most recently been added to my collection, and it is a gorgeous color. It's a very pretty berry tone though, and this is perfect for like autumn winter. I think I am going to keep this one. It's a really pretty shade. And then my final MAC blusher, which I believe is one of my oldest ones, is Dolly Mix. This is a shimmery pink. This is actually, I think, maybe the first thing that my partner ever bought me makeup wise, which is very cute. And I appreciated it so much. Now see this again, I've used it so much and it's kind of got sentimental value, so I am going to keep this one. This is by e.l.f. It's actually advertised as like a highlight, but I was using it as a blush because it has a slight sheen to it. I just think it's a bit light for a blush and I'm not going to use this as a highlight, so I am actually going to part ways with this one. There's nothing wrong with the formula, I'm just not going to use it. Might as well just go through these ones. This is currently my favorite blush formula and it's the Blush by Mitchell. I've actually got 5 of these now, but I've got 3 that are waiting to be put away. And also I haven't tried the actual colors yet, so I'm kind of keeping them in my new in at the moment. But these are the 2 that I have used, and it's Peach Sugar, which is my most used one, this one. And then Mango Daiquiri, which is the orangey one, which is a very unique shade. I kind of like mixing them together. But these are not going anywhere, and I don't know if I'll ever get rid of them. I love the moussey texture and it stays all day, and yeah, I'm in love with them. They are staying. I've got two of these Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tints by BARRYM. I tried this one, which is the shade Summer Rose, when I tried the Fresh Face Tint foundation, which I absolutely hated. But I actually quite like the blushes, like I quite like the formula and everything, so I'm gonna keep these. I am yet to try this shade, which is Peach Glow. I'm gonna keep these in my collection and they are rather new. I'm going to get rid of this Cheek Heat by Maybelline. It's like a gel cream blush, but after using other ones, I really don't like this anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I got this base by P. Louise. It's technically an eye base. I believe I got this in like the mystery box or something from her, and I decided to put it in my blush section because I thought this would be a really pretty peach blush. I'm yet to use it for that purpose, but I'm gonna keep it to try it. This is Pretentious Peach, and it looks like a really pretty shade for blush. Okay, I'm gonna continue with the cream section, so I'll just grab these. This is a more recent purchase for me. It's the Milano cream blush. It's the Cheek Kiss in the shade Coral Crush 120. I used this in my most recent video as well. I've again only tried this, well, I've tried it technically twice, and I really love the texture. It's like a balm almost and feels so soft, and it melts when you touch it. It's a really nice consistency. I want to play around with this some more. This is definitely staying. And then this is the final one in my kind of cream section, and it's the cream blush by Fenty Beauty. This looks absolutely disgusting inside because I've used it so much. But this is in the shade Petal Popping, and I actually don't really have another cream blush this shade, and I love the formula, so I'm gonna keep this. Okay, some more powder blushes. I've got this one by Beauty Bay. This is in the shade Peachy. Really great formula, very buildable. Love the colour of this, so this one is staying. And then I have this Revolution Reloaded blusher in the shade Rhubarb and Custard. Again, beautiful shade. This is more of the peachy pink. It's so soft to the touch. It feels really good. I'm gonna keep this one. I really like the formula. It was a little bit patchy the first time I tried it, but I've tried it a few more times since I initially tried it, and it's worked since. So I don't know what happened on that first video, but yeah, I do really like it now. This one by Bourjois, I can get rid of this now. It's like a cool tone pink, so I'm just gonna get rid of this. This was one of the first ever kind of singular blushes that I purchased, but I don't reach for it, so I can get rid of this one. And then I have these two. This Rimmel Lasting Finish Soft Color Blush in 20 Pink Rose. There was a time I used this like every single day. It is just like a great everyday blush color. It's kind of neutral. Honestly, I never reach for this anymore, so I'm going to part ways with this, even though it was well loved. And then I have this L'Oreal blush, which is in the shade Nectarine. I believe I bought this because Zoella talked about it before. And it is a really beautiful coloured blush. This bright peach. It's like a peachy coral, I guess. I don't know if I have anything else like this in my collection, so I am actually going to keep this one. It's a decent formula, and again the colour is just a little bit different, so I'm gonna keep this. And then I have this mini rocketeur that I used to like travel everywhere with, like I've hit pan with it. Because it is so small, I'm just gonna keep it. It's great travel packaging because it's just cheap plastic. I'm gonna keep this one. I do like Benefit's blush formula. Again, it's so small as well, so I might as well. Oh, I actually have a bronzer here, which is the same packaging as the blush, but it's the Hoola bronzer. I'm gonna keep this one as well because it's so small and great for travel. Oh, this is a blush palette over here by XX Revolution. It's the Indulgence palette. I originally thought this was a powder palette, but it turns out it was a cream blush palette. There was a time I was reaching for this. The shades are really nice and the formula is decent. A lot of them have shine to them though, and I just don't know if I'm gonna reach for this anymore. I quite like this shade, but again, it has so much shine to it. You know what? Actually, I do really like that. And it kind of reminds me of the new Melt Cosmetics cream blushes that I was thinking about purchasing. There's one in the shade Golden Hour, which looks like a similar shade to this. So I've convinced myself to keep this and not buy the Melt blush, saving myself money. But yeah, seriously, look at this shade. It is really pretty. I need to use that more. Also blush wise, oh, I have What are these? I have this by Ted Baker, which actually came in like a holiday set, which is a trio, but I was keeping it for the mirror because I like the little swivel mirror. I think instead of keeping this in here, I'm just gonna keep this in my bag for the mirror. So I'm gonna remove this from my collection, and I'm never gonna use this on my videos anyway because it was a limited edition thing and I don't think the formula was that great, you know. And this is, oh, this is a contour kit. This is by CYO. Because the brand's discontinued, I find myself not really reaching for their stuff anymore, and this is barely used, so I am gonna pass this on. Okay, my battery died, so I just replaced it, and I believe we are just onto highlighters now. Actually, I have a Rogue blush. This is by ColourPop. It's their pressed blush in the shade Palladial. This is the only ColourPop blush I have, so I'm gonna keep it, and it's a really pretty terracotta shade. This is staying. Okay, now we should just be on to highlighters, which is the majority of my collection and is going to be hard to get rid of, I cannot lie. Alright, so let's just start, shall we? Got the Revlon Sunlit Dream palette. I had not used this for ages, but I picked it up the other day and I was reminded how much I like it. The formula is just really smooth and buttery, and it's not very pigmented. It's very much just like a sheen to the skin. I think I am going to keep this one. Am I? Because I'm probably going to keep a lot. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep this one. I like it. And there's this one by e.l.f. The Illuminating palette. It's very similar to the Revlon one, but I don't use it, and also I can only use one shade, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Then we have a very loved, very dirty, apparently, Ofra Star Island. This ain't going nowhere. I love this so freaking much. I've used this so much. Yeah, I could feel the metal pan. Ugh. Such a beautiful highlight. Oh my gosh, it's so buttery smooth and so blinding. Oh my gosh, this is going nowhere. You can fight me, okay? I'm not giving that one up. This one by Topshop again. I'm gonna get rid of this even though I really love it. To me, it is quite unique and it's very soft and you know, actually I'm gonna keep it. Screw it. I really like this one. Just feels so good and buttery, and the reflect is just beautiful. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. There we go. Ugh. My god, it's just so nice. I swear I will get rid of some things and it's okay. I'm gonna try. Those are the exceptions. Anyway. This is a big pan of highlight which I can never get open. This is the Soul Body highlight in Platinum. This is new to my collection. It's ColourPop. It's very glittery but very shiny. This would look amazing on the legs in summer. It's almost like their Super Shock formula. It feels very squishy almost. I'm gonna keep it because I really like it. Okay, then we have this e.l.f. highlighter in Mermaid Tail. Yeah, this is one of those duochrome kind of highlights. I'm gonna get rid of this. I haven't reached for it since for any creative makeup or anything. I'm just gonna get rid of it. This NYX High Glass highlighter, it's really nice. I do find it a little bit hard to use. Oh my god, the feel of it. I can't even describe it. It is absolutely stunning. Oh, and it feels so buttery. Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of this one. It's so nice. Okay, this is staying. This one by Revlon also is special. This came out when the bronzers came out as well. It is blinding. I feel like it may have a slight cast on my skin, but oh my god. Look at that. I barely pressed into it. It is absolutely blinding. Oh my god, I cannot. Are you kidding me? That's not going anywhere. I can't get rid of that. You know what? Because I'm keeping that one, I'm gonna part ways with the NYX High Glass. I feel like the Revlon one gives more of an impact, which is what I typically go for. So I'm gonna get rid of the NYX one because I don't reach for it. Okay, then we've got this one by Makeup Revolution. It's their like 1 in a million highlight or something. I do actually quite like it. The formula is really nice and the actual highlight is quite nice. I think it may be a little bit more icy than what I typically go for though. It has a slight cool tone finish to it, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of this. I love the packaging and everything, but I don't really reach for the product. I did for a little bit when I first had it, but the novelty is kind of worn off and I just don't use it anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Making more progress than I thought I would, which is great. Okay, we have this by Ofra. I can't get rid of this. My partner actually bought this for me when it was released. It's the Nikki Tutorials highlight with Ofra, and as you can see, it's well loved and it actually comes out of the pan because it's broken, so I don't want to get rid of it, and I do still reach for it. So I am going to keep this. I love their formula so much as well, so I don't know if I could part with it. Anyway, we have Fenty Beauty highlight, which I never use. Like, look at it. I've literally like never ever used it. So I'm going to see if somebody else wants this because they are very pretty shades. They were slightly too dark for me, so yeah, I'm just going to get rid of them. Okay, then we have the Doll Light highlighter in the shade Like a Diamond. This is well loved. I really like this highlighter for so long. I still do. I just don't reach for it anymore. I'm not quite sure why. There was a time where this was the only highlight that kind of worked for my skin tone, but now I have options. And I've also recently purchased their 6-pan highlight palette, which has this in it. So do I get rid of this because I now have the palette is the question. You know what? Yeah, I think we're going to pass this on to a family member. It'll probably be good for my sister because it's still really good and I love the highlighter in itself. But I do now have the highlight palette, so there's no point me keeping the two, so I'll just pass this on to my sister. Okay, we have an oldie but a goodie, MAC Soft and Gentle. I know probably a lot of people would get use out of this, so I definitely think I'm gonna declutter this because I don't reach for it anymore. And yeah, I've just changed tastes in highlights since this, so this is definitely going. My Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb is still in the original packaging because for some reason I just can't get rid of this packaging. Don't ask me why. It's just beautiful. I have a problem, clearly. This is the only thing I've actually kept the outer packaging of though. I really love this. If you want a glittery topper for your highlight, this is the place to go. It's just beautiful. And it adds like a wet look to your highlights. So yeah, this is not going anywhere. I love it. It's one of the most unique textures as well for highlights. It's like a balm. It's really cool, innovative, love it. This one back here, this is by ABH. It's their Snowflake Loose Highlighter. I'm gonna get rid of this, but I definitely do not now. And it's just messy. The formula like sticks to itself. It's kind of chunky and very sparkly. So if you like sparkly highlights, you'd probably like this formula. I don't find myself wanting to reach for it, so this is going to be passed along to somebody else. I have Becca, is this Vanilla Quartz? Yes, Vanilla Quartz. I tried this because of the hype of Becca's highlights and like, it was alright. I wasn't like jumping for joy about it though. It's not the best formula. Like, it's very smooth, but it does leave a kind of white cast for me on this one. It's got a very silver, cool tone, undertone to it. Then it's got like a peachy sheen. I don't know. This is a weird shade. Maybe I'd prefer a different, more neutral kind of shade. I've kept this because it's a mini, but realistically I don't reach for it, so I'm actually gonna just get rid of it. We are plowing through these more than what I thought I would. I'm very impressed with myself right now. We have a KIKO highlighter, which is a very similar shade to the Becca Vanilla Quartz. However, it doesn't have that coolness undertone to it. It's a lot better for me on the skin. Side by side, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell. Becca's here and then this is the KIKO. It's just better for my skin tone and it does not leave like a cool tone cast to it. So I'm gonna keep this one. It's really smooth and people don't really talk about KIKO that much. I don't know why. Their formula is usually pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, we have another Aladdin collection from MAC. I probably should have just picked up one of these instead of both because the component is like exactly the same. But this is the highlight of the collection, which is just like a very deep gold. I'm never gonna use this because it's just, I mean, too deep for my skin tone. And again, I'm pretty sure this was labeled as a blush. Yeah, powder blush. How is this a powder blush? Something just fell out of it and I don't know what that was. Okay, maybe it's something to do with here. I don't know. I'm keeping this purely because of the collection. I said my piece earlier about it. Yes, I am keeping this too. Gosh, we have the Sleek highlight palette in the shade Solstice, is it? Yeah, clearly this has seen better days. I think I could part ways with this. This used to be one of the most blinding highlights in my collection. That's not the case anymore, and clearly it just needs to be thrown because it's a mess. So I can get rid of this. I honestly don't know why I was holding on to that so much. Alright, we're on to the last few things here. So we have this cream highlight, which is by Revolution. It's the Glow Stick. This is really pretty. It gives like a wet look to the skin. It's so cool. It's this one by here. I'm definitely going to keep this. I've only played around with it a few times, so I want to try it a little bit more. Apart from the Illamasqua one, it's the only kind of cream highlight I have really. I have liquid, but not cream highlights. And then this by Revolution is their strobe highlighter in the shade Flash. It has like a green tinge to it. I kept it for creative looks, but I haven't reached for it, so I'm going to get rid of this one. My ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Highlight in Stole the Show. This is one of my favorite colors at the moment. It's so pretty. I love the formula of these. Ugh, so soft and so blinding. Stay in my collection. Oh, there's this one, which is so old. It's by Urban Decay and it's the shade Aura. It's the Afterglow highlighter. Again, this is the era where I loved purple blush. I also loved purple highlight, and it is nice, but I feel like formulations have evolved so much. This is a little bit powdery and chalky, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I, again, kept it because of nostalgia, but I'm just not gonna reach for it, so time to let it go. You gotta let it go, time to let it go, down to the no. Okay, let's just get this one out of the way. This is another collector's item that I decided to get. It's by Makeup Revolution. It's the Beauty and the Beast highlighter. I just love the packaging. It's so pretty. The actual formula on this I didn't like. It's so chalky. I really wish that they did this more justice with the formulation, but what can you do? Beauty and the Beast, however, is my favorite Disney movie. It's a tie between that and The Little Mermaid. Nostalgia reasons. Also love like Moana and stuff, but anyway, I'm keeping this one, and hopefully I'm going to put it on display one day along with the eyeshadow palette that I bought, so this is staying. Okay, one of my fave highlights at the moment is this one by XX Revolution. I just love the formula in this. It's so good for the price. Well, it's just generally good, not even necessarily for the price. It's a baked formula, it's blinding, and oh my gosh, it's just so smooth on the skin as well. So this is going nowhere. I have made a slight dent in this, but it really doesn't look like it. I've used this so much and I'm going to continue to love and use it. So this is staying. And then finally, this is a new one to my collection, again used recently in a video. This is the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme highlighter, and when they say extreme, they mean goddamn extreme. This is in the shade 200 Diamond Glow, and well, oh my gosh, I still can't believe how like smooth this is. It's a bit nuts. Wow, built up it actually looks kind of dark for me, which is a bit insane because on the face it does not go that dark, but okay. This is a beautiful highlighter staying in my collection, obviously quite new, so this ain't going nowhere. I have this on top, which is the e.l.f. Glow Beam highlighter palette. This is staying because this is relevantly new as well. I'm wondering, should I do the palettes in this video as well, like my face palettes? I think I may just do that. So kicking it off with this one's staying. I love this one. I love this glitter in here as well. It's so pretty. Ugh, reminds me of the Fenty kind of topper, the Diamond Bomb. Very comparable. I'm gonna remove this and move my palettes up here so we can go through those. Okay, so this is my blush, highlight and bronzer kind of palette section. Blush palette by NARS. This is the Exposed Cheek palette. I really like the colors in here and the formula is quite nice. It's very sheer but buildable. So I really like this, and some of the shades in here are so pretty. So this is staying, and also I spent a lot of money on this, so this ain't going nowhere. This Revolution cheek palette. It's the blush palette in Hot Spice. I have not reached for this in over a year, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, so the Moonchild highlight palette by Anastasia. I bought this because I've always been intrigued with it. I've actually used this a lot more than what I thought I I would even use it. It's great for more artistic kind of makeup, I guess. Or if you just want to pop a peach or blue, you know, or green in your highlight that day. It's very versatile and I love the shades in here. This ain't going nowhere. Also, the formula is very smooth. So yeah, I really like this one. This one is a favorite and much loved and looks gross because I've used it so much. And even though I use this so much, it does not look that much used and abused. I've got so much left of this. When I initially got this, if I traveled, went anywhere, this went with me. I just love the formula so much. And I've even used these as like eyeshadow toppers. If you're just doing like a basic kind of look with bronzer throughout the crease, if you just put this over top, it just makes the look so pretty. I'm sorry if my lighting is a bit dark so you can't see, but it's just like a goldeny bronzy color, and then all the rest of them are just stunning. The formula, I can't, it's so blinding. Oh my gosh. Staying in my collection if that wasn't abundantly clear. Oh, I saved this one for my last declutter and I haven't used it since. I liked it for this shade because it is more of like a champagne rosy color that I don't have in my collection. However, this formula is very chunky. It's not glittery, but it is just more of a chunky formula. It's the 4K highlighter palette in gold, and I don't know. I want to part ways with it because I don't use it. Okay, this is the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush 10 color palette. I actually quite like this. It's very basic packaging, but it's got an array of like pinky tones to warm golden tone blushes. I actually really like this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. The formula is quite nice as well. Okay, we have my beloved Revolution Ultra Pro HD Powder Contour in light medium. This is broken because I've had it for so long. This was one of the first palettes that had a really nice bronzer shade for me, which is this one. It was just so good, so light, but not orange on the skin. And also I have a nice contour color in here as well. I don't know if this is discontinued anymore, but I am gonna keep it because it's just an easy go-to. And Revolution always have these kind of products on sale. So I'm gonna keep using it because I really like it. So it's staying. I also have this NYX one, which if I'm honest, I can't remember the last time I reached for this. This is also broken. It was good for back in the day. I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this because I do not reach for it anymore. And it is well loved, as you can see. It's been used and abused. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. All right, and I think this is, yeah, this is the final one. This is so heavy. It's the Smashbox Holidays Contour and Spotlight palette. This was a holiday release. I've reached for it a few times. They are like scarily pigmented, but this contour shade is real nice. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. This also looks really pretty. Oh, it's so soft. Wow, I need to use this more. Yeah, this one's gonna stay. It's also got a massive mirror in it. Almost forgot about this one because I was overflowing, so I had to put this to the side. This is the Jaclyn Hill The Flash highlight palette. These are really pretty. I don't know if the formulation is like my favorite, and also these pull quite icy, but I do want to keep it and play with it because it's like that baked formula where it leaves like a really nice sheen and finish to the skin. It's really lightweight, so I'm definitely gonna keep this and play around with this a bit more. However, I don't believe this, no, it won't fit in here, so that's going to be a pain in the butt to actually store. But oh well, I am going to keep it anyway. So yeah, that is all of my face palettes and also all my single blushes, highlights and bronzers. Now I'm just going to clean up the surfaces and put everything back. I hope you enjoy all the clickety clackety sounds. I'm actually going to put all my palettes back first of all, and then we'll do all the cleaning and everything like that. Okay, so there are all my palettes. Obviously I can't fit the Jaclyn one in, which is very annoying, but I'm just gonna put these down by here where they belong without potentially dropping anything. Wish me luck. Okay, they're all down there safely. Now we can clean this surface and get on to this divider and sort out all my singles. Alright, now that's all clean. I have no idea how I'm gonna organize this. Let's do my bronzers first of all, because I like to have those at the back, and then we do blushes over here, and then highlights here, because they are the main feature, right? Alright, let me grab all my bronzers. Okay, where do I start? Let's just play around with the sizes and stuff and see where we get to. Okay, so I've organized my drugstore or affordable bronzers, my high-end, and then I've got my kind of cream products here, and I've also just kind of dumped the mini one here. My bronzer duo from Jouer, I felt like it was just too big to be in here, and technically it's not a single, so I've added this with my palettes down here, right at the front. So yeah, that's happy there. I'm quite happy with this. I'm glad I've got some designated areas for like cream liquids. I know I've got my Fenty cream bronzer in here, but that's fine. I don't mind it because of the component it's in. Now let's move on to blushes. Okay, let's get to sorting, shall we? Okay, this one was a little bit more chaotic, I feel. But I've got all my cream blushes in here, which I'm quite happy with. I decided to keep this here, even though I probably should move it down to my palettes, really. But you know what? It fits in nicely, so I'm not gonna move it around. And then I've got my powder blushes over here. My MAC ones fit like really snugly in here, but I can only fit 3 in each segment. But those are all in there, and then my kind of like smaller blushes are here. So that's absolutely great. Now we have this section to fill with highlighters, which will probably get filled very soon because it's my favorite product. You know what, this is really annoying me down here, just being loose, so I'm gonna pop this in here. Jacqueline, stay there. Okay, let's get to work, shall we? Okay, so it's not the most satisfying. If I do this, stop rolling. God damn it. I can't stop them rolling. Maybe if I just... Is that better? I think that works better. Okay, so I've got my higher end highlights here and then my drugstore ones here. I'm keeping this one out because it's like a display piece, so I'm keeping this over here for now. That is all of my highlights, blush and bronzers all sorted. So much better than what it was because we were like overflowing on top and outside of this container. I'm a lot happier with this and I don't feel as cluttered anymore. Let me know, how do you think I did? I know I wasn't as ruthless as I was with the foundations, which by the way, if you missed it, I'll leave it in the eye over here so you can check it out. I've already done 2 videos in Declutter already, so if you like this kind of thing, please make sure to check those out. And I will be having a big declutter of my eyeshadow palettes, my pigments and things, which let me just show you this so you get an inkling of what we're dealing with for that section. This section is out of control and desperately needs decluttering. Oh my god. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe for those future videos. I feel a lot better. This area also smells amazing now because of this spray. This was so cheap, it was like 89 pence in Home Bargains and it smells divine. But anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Whew. How do you think I did? Honestly, this is one of the hardest ones for me to actually declutter because I love my blushes, bronzers and highlights. They're like my favorite thing to kind of chop and change between for my base routine, and you can get them in so many different pretty tones and colors, and it's just difficult, okay? It's a hard life. Anyway, this has been a long one, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I won't keep you any longer, but I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope you tune in for the next one. Till then, bye guys.